Hey, what's up guys, it's Fox2, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we have some really exciting news to look forward to. We're gonna be having a new major update very soon, and by the looks of it, this is going to be the largest update we have actually seen to the date in this game so far. Now, I think it's probably because Gaijin's in a hurry to finish the game now that it's officially been released, so they're trying to get as much into an update as they possibly can. And yeah, in the next update, we're gonna be seeing a lot of new vehicles. We're gonna have 3 new tank platoons plus some new ships. Now to start off, we've got the Leopard 1. The platoon Leopard 1 is a really nice platoon. I love Leopards, and I think most people who have played tank games, whether it be World of Tanks, War Thunder, or World of Tanks Blitz, know just how wonderful the Leopards are. They are really fun, but they are not tanks for new players because they pack very little armor and they are very easy targets to destroy, having basically 0 armor. But what makes the Leopards amazing is the guns. The guns are super accurate and really nice. I mean, this one, the first Leopard in the game, has a 105mm gun and very good mobility at 65 km/h top speed, with 302mm of penetration. That is very nice. And yeah, Leopards are really insanely good if you know how to play them. But like I said, you need to have some skill in order to play them well because of how very little armor they pack. So it's not a tank for newer players, but if you are an experienced good player, it's a really fun tank. I mean, they're just absolutely beautiful. I love the Leopard tanks. Then we have the M48A2C, which is a variant of the Patton with a 90mm gun. Now, I'm not a big fan of Pattons. They've got decent armor for mediums, but I feel like they're quite slow as well for a medium. 48 km/h top speed, not bad, but I mean, I think it's a bit slow for the amount of armor it carries. I mean, its armor is okay, but it's not heavy armor, and yet it's got a heavy top speed. But it's got a very good amount of penetration at 322mm, so you're not going to have too much trouble penetrating anyone frontally. Then we've got the MKPZ M47G, which is a variant of the Patton as well, one of the older Pattons, like the M47 platoon here. Now, this one's also got a 90mm gun, same as the last Patton, maybe a bit less armor by the looks of it, 48 km/h top speed as well, and only 193mm of penetration. I mean, that is really garbage for this rank that this tank's coming in at. I mean, 93mm of penetration is gonna be absolutely a nightmare to play. When you go back to like the T-54 platoon, when you have 210mm of penetration on like the standard shells, 210 is a real big pain with the standard shells, like I'll be discussing in one of the videos I will be releasing soon, which shells to use. But I mean, at the slightly lower rank, well, lower level, not rank, 210mm is a pain, so that's why you run the other shells with more penetration, but only 193, that is just garbage. And then we also have the Marder A1, which is an anti-aircraft gun, and by the looks of it, it also has an ATGM, which I'm super excited to see. And obviously, being an anti-aircraft gun, though, it doesn't have superb penetration, and the anti-aircraft gun itself doesn't look that incredible to me. But the ATGM is a very nice feature for this platoon to have. Everyone, I think, loves ATGMs in this game. They are a lot of fun to play. Then we're going to have the Leopard 1A1, which is even nicer. I mean, an upgraded Leopard, what could possibly be better? We have 105mm gun as usual, 65 km/h, excuse me, top speed. And I think a little bit armor that this carries. I mean, the stats seem pretty similar otherwise. 302mm of penetration, that's exactly the same. But by the looks of it, it has slightly better armor. Then we also, have the 8A2 GA2, which is another pattern pretty similar to the last one. And we have the Rakjagdpanzer 2 HOT, which is a very interesting vehicle. It looks quite funny not having a main gun, but it's got an ATGM as its main weapon. And that ATGM is gonna be pretty impressive. I think I love ATGMs, especially since this is quite a low profile tank. I mean, low profile, very good top speed, 70 kilometers an hour, very, very good. And 700 millimeters of penetration on that ATGM. 700 millimeters. It's actually difficult to process just the amount of penetration that actually is. I mean, sure, ATGMs work a bit differently to normal shells, but 700 millimeters, that is absolutely insane. And then we've got the Gepard, which is a anti-aircraft gun, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, with a double gun, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's got decent penetration for an anti-aircraft gun too, having 35 millimeters. And then for the last platoon we will be getting, we'll have the M60 A1AOS. And the M60 is also a variant of the pattern, but it's a slightly better one in my opinion. It's actually decent. Pretty similar to the pattern, still not insane though in my opinion as well. I mean, 105mm gun, 48 kilometers an hour top speed, okay mobility, and 258 millimeters of penetration is alright. It's not insane, but it's alright for this rank. Then we have the M60A2, which is a very, very strange looking variant of the pattern. I mean, if you play World of Tanks Blitz, the turret reminds you of the Concept 1B. I mean, it looks pretty weird, and it's really cool. I mean, I actually like the look, but it's very different. And we have a 152mm gun. That's pretty unique for this rank. We stop seeing 150mm guns when we start moving into the Cold War era. But that's pretty nice to have another 150mm gun coming up. And it packs a really good penetration at 380mm. That is very, very good. And it has obviously standard pattern mobility at 48 kilometers an hour. Then we have the light tank slash anti-aircraft gun slash scout vehicle, whatever you want to call it, the M3 Bradley. And its main weapon is an anti-aircraft gun, but it carries ATGMs, which are very, very good too. I have once driven this vehicle in War Thunder PC, and if it's going to be pretty similar to the one in War Thunder PC, the ATGM is going to be a lot of fun and very good quality. Then lastly, we also have another anti-aircraft gun, the M247, which is just a more or less average anti-aircraft gun again. Pretty decent guns, but slower reload with 0.2 seconds, slower than most of the other anti-aircraft guns, but I think they're a slightly larger caliber. Yeah, 40mm is pretty decent, and it's a pretty funky looking anti-aircraft gun too. I mean, it's got the hull of a pattern, as you can see. If you look, yeah, the hull of a pattern, and this really goofy looking engine box at the back. I mean, it looks like a pretty fun vehicle. And then lastly, we've got some new ships coming in. I'm not going to speak too much about the ships, since I'm not much of a naval player, and I don't know a lot about all of these ships, since I haven't actually done a lot of research into the different ships. But we've got the Tier 3 Tongue submarine, which will probably be decent. I mean, all submarines are pretty good in this game. Very difficult to challenge. I mean, they don't do a ton of damage, but they are very difficult to destroy if you're in a ship. Then we've got the Tier 4 USS Iowa, which is a very good ship. I mean, I don't know ships too much, but I have seen the USS Iowa is a very decent ship. I mean, 406mm main caliber guns, very, very good. Then we have the legendary ship, the Tirpitz, finally coming into the game. I'm pretty excited to see this. Even though I don't play naval much, I love the Tirpitz. I mean, it's a very historically famous ship. There's plenty of history documentaries about the Tirpitz and the battle of it, the battle where they sunk it, obviously using bombers. Then we have the Stalingrad ship, which is another Soviet ship, more or less average by the looks of it. The HMS King George V, which is also another more or less average ship, but it looks quite decent, this one. I mean, it's pretty wide to fit all those guns on. It seems to have quite a lot of guns, so it's probably going to be quite a strong ship too. But rather than prefer wide ships with lots of guns, I really like ships like the Tirpitz with really big guns, or the USS Iowa with the 406mm caliber guns. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the new major update that's coming to the game. As always, guys, please let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this new major update, and what you would like to be seen added into the game with one of the updates. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.